with the High Heels and Tea podcast this season.
Girl, we've been popping. We've been popping, having so much fun doing this podcast, man. Who been your favorites so far?
Girl, Sunshine Monroe and Tommy Girl.
Ooh, speaking of Tommy,
What?
girl, he is hosting this live podcast.
He is?
Yes, girl, August the 3rd.
Girl, that's gonna be too fun.
It's gonna be fun as hell. Then we got Koran Bolden performing, and we got special guest Obi West coming in from Las Vegas.
Period,
Just
girl.
to sit with us and do the live High Heels and Tea podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. So, make sure y'all get y'all tickets available right now at eventbrite.com.
Go get those tickets.
Get the chance to come out, have a good time with us, hang out with us, good check, unscripted conversations with the High Heels and Tea podcast. And guess what? In addition to Obi West being a special guest,
You also have a chance to come and be a guest with the High Heels and Tea podcast if you get your ticket today.
eventbrite.com. Click the link in the bio and come join us. See you soon.
It's the High Heel Tea podcast.
Yes, sir.
Where we speak on real topics that'll make you laugh. Looking good, smelling good, that's a boss chick.
Yeah.
6-inch heel, show you how to walk slick. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Reed podcast. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Reed podcast. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Reed podcast. And it's the podcast, and it's the High Heel.
What's going on? It's Koran Bolden, National Youth Motivational Speaker, author, and entrepreneur. And listen, I'm about to get ready to be on the High Heels podcast with Crystal and Reed. Y'all already know what I'm going to tell everything. I'm talking about everything. Anything you ever want to know about me, I'm going to bear it all today. So check it out.
Welcome back to the High Heels and Tea podcast. I'm Crystal Lee.
This is Rihanna.
And yeah, today we are joined by Koran Bolden.
What's up? What's up?
How you feeling?
I feel good. I mean, I got two lovely young ladies next to me in the awesome pink. I got a little bit of pink in my shirt. Just a little bit.
You see what we did?
Yeah, we matched up. We coordinated.
Yeah.
Coordinated.
It was on purpose. It was
Yeah.
on purpose. We had to see what you was coming with, so we knew how we wanted to come.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
I love your glasses.
Yeah, they are nice.
Oh, well, you know, I try to, I knew I was coming on this particular show, so I had to get a little fresh, just a little bit.
I like those are fire.
Yeah, I feel good. When I got the shades on, that mean I'm up to something.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I have to rent them.
Might have to have you take them glasses off with your eyes. Wait a minute, sir.
Can't let them see. Can't let them see.
Okay, let them see what's going on. Okay, so real quick, can you share with our viewers, with our listeners, a little bit more background on who you are, just for those?
Yeah, so a lot of people know me. My name's Koran Bolden. I'm a national youth motivational speaker. I'm an author and I'm an entrepreneur. I love our people. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I just love our people. I don't have anything to do unless it's to do with the advancement of Black and brown people. I started off in the music industry and entertainment. And now I'm a national motivational speaker. I speak on topics such as entrepreneurship, leadership, and mental health and wellness. That's a very, very big thing for me, mental health and wellness. Lost my brother to gun violence at the age of 9, and I was an honor roll and AB student at that particular time. But when I lost my brother and I seen him laying in the casket, I didn't have my dad around. So for me to see my hero, my father figure laying in the casket, it did something to me. And from there, I just kind of like lost my way and was kind of out in the streets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, God got a good way of taking those throwaways and make them into pillars that can go out in the community and speak boldly about where they come from and give glory to His name. So, you know, I take it all, you know, the bad and the good, and turn tragedy into triumph, you know?
That's what's up.
I got a question to piggyback off of that. At what point in your life did you find your way?
What was that my question?
I
swear, I was like, I already know about the action.
Right.
At what point? All right. Yes.
Well, that was the first big awakening happened around 2008, 2009. That was when the housing market had crashed. There was a recession, of course. The housing market crashed.
So all the banks was wilding and stuff too.
Oh no, they wasn't giving out no bank. You're not getting a house. Like nobody's getting anything.
And they want Oprah in it.
No, you get a house. You don't get a house. You're definitely not getting a house. And so it was just like, it was a time where people were fearful. And I remember there was a mentor that I heard say something that was really dope. He said, never miss a recession. And I didn't understand what that mean, but I've come to find out that if you can take a little bit and make it into a lot, during the roughest times, when a lot comes back around, you're gonna be the man. And so I jumped out. Everybody thought I was crazy at my job. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna save up my money. I'm gonna open up a recording studio out at the St. Louis Mills Mall. And they like, man, you crazy? Like, the banks are not giving out money. And I said, well, the creativity side of me said, well, if I take my money and I put myself inside of a mall where people are going past the door every day, I don't have to sell myself. I don't have to use marketing, because I can just pull you into my world and market to you just from you walking past my door. And so I had to get creative, because I didn't have a budget like that. I didn't have marketing dollars like that. And so that mentor was right. I never missed a recession during pandemic. I don't never miss a pandemic either. Like, it's gonna either make you or break you. And so real leaders, if you're a real leader, you go towards the fire. If you're a coward, you're gonna run away from the fire. And so for me, I've chosen that anytime I'm going through a rough time in my life, then I'm gonna run towards the fire, because it's gonna make me. It's gonna refine me. It's gonna make me better. And so I'm not afraid of any challenges. And I'm all about making bold moves. You dig?
Yeah. All right, Mr. Bolden.
You was able to pretty much just look at like the downstream protection and long-term upstream of those decisions.
Yeah.
The upside of those decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, I've been blessed. I'm excited. I'm even more excited to be on this podcast. I got the prettiest. Y'all looking like two roses over here. Okay.
I would just say thank you again, because I didn't think he was gonna come. I gave him a lot.
You didn't think I was gonna come. You coming? Hey, are you coming? Then you sent me the text today. Hey, I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way.
Just in case.
On your ass.
Just in case.
Was not playing with me.
I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
you ain't coming.
we saw him at Bliss. I was like, you ain't gonna come. I was like, you ain't gonna come.
Oh, man.
And you came.
And we definitely appreciate you.
Well,
Taking time out of your day to be here.
Yeah, no problem.
How many books do you have?
I have 2 books. The first book that I wrote is called Rock Paper Scissors.
Right. Okay.
That's my big thing when I go to the schools. I do this speech called Rock Paper Scissors, which is a way that I use to be able to overcome tough situations in life. There's so many different situations. So just briefly, that book is about how your failures can make you famous. And so there's 3 things in life that anytime you lost, anytime you got too many doors, you got to have a philosophy or some type of system that's going to be able to help you move forward. And so you have to ask yourself, when you're like, too many doors are open or not enough doors are open, or even if like, where did I mess up at? You got to ask yourself, do you have your rock? Do you have your paper? And do you have your scissors? Rock simply means to believe. Don't never do nothing that you don't believe in, ever. Don't ever take a shot on something that you don't believe in. And even if you believe in it and you're wrong, you still, when you did it with confidence, you don't have no regrets at the end.
You have.
Second thing, you got to write it down on paper. You got to have a strategy. Like most businesses, being in business for 15 years, I've been in business for 15 years straight. Most of us did not have the mentors and the guys, but I've seen businesses like I know a friend of mine, he owns Soul Taco, right? And shout outs to him. I've seen him open up a business. It started off as a food truck. Well, he started off as a food truck, and then 10 years later, he has 15 locations, 12 or 15 locations across the country. Yet I'll see like one of us, we'll own a restaurant, and it'll be 15, 20 years later, we still got that one same restaurant, and we still struggling. What was the difference between the 2 people? One had a system. If he'll actually tell their story, but he had a person that had a system that where one of his mentors was a person that owned McDonald's.
I was going to say that McDonald's is about real estate.
Well, his mentor was an owner operator of McDonald's, and he let him see the back end system. So no wonder he's able to pass everybody else up. It's not because of your talent, it's because of his system. I mean, the food's good, he's talented. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that most of us don't have a blueprint. I give another good analogy. Like if I took 2 people in a room and there was and I put like them on the opposite end of an easel, right? And I said, hey, put this puzzle together real quick and see who could do it the fastest. I guarantee you, if I had one person that had the original box and one person I just threw the puzzle pieces, the person could be as talented as they wanted to be, but the person that had the original box, so I can look at it and like, oh, it's a cat. Oh, that's a yarn. Oh, that's grass. Like,
they have the compass.
Well, they have the blueprint. But the person, most of us coming from the African American community, we grind and I'm a hustler. Hustler's not going to make you a millionaire, though.
No, it's not.
Hustle, you can hustle your way all day long too. I know this for a fact. You will not make more than $100,000 to $250,000 if you're hustling by yourself. No way possible unless you just got a straight team. I know that. So when I see us and we're operating in our businesses and stuff like that, and we don't have teams, we don't have systems, I know that we are we in a boat that you know, one health scare away from losing it all. So where I'm at right now, I just want to be able to go out and share with our community, how do we start to create blueprints and systems that work even when we don't.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
So, yeah.
And I think it should start with us being able to share. I think that's our first downfall. We don't know how to share.
Right.
We feel like when we share, people are trying to take something from us.
Yeah.
It's like, no, baby, I just want to help you.
Yeah.
And we can work together and grow together.
Yeah.
That's our problem.
I was going to mention reading the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, and that's one of the things that they talk about with the McDonald's, and that was my first time seeing it too, right?
Yeah.
Because I think they said that the owner of it all, the originator on it, because you know it's franchised and stuff, but he said, "What do you think I sell?" And he asked the college kids after he was like a keynote speaker at the college, and he was like, "What?" They thought he was joking. It's like, "No, what do you think it is that I sell?" And it was like hamburgers. Right? We all.
Right,
I was reading like
Bring back the
Milkshakes.
knowledge.
no, he was saying no, it's real estate, right? And so to the point of what you were saying, just so happened that the person that you're mentioning is linked to the McDonald's framework and so many words
Yeah.
and everything they represent. And after I read that, I was like, damn.
Wow.
And it just so happened you just said what you just
Yeah,
said.
and it's no wonder
because
he-
we
Read
def-
3 times.
I mean, he
we
opens up.
definitely open up something.
He's
It
opening
will
up
be right here.
locations. He opened up a location,
And we'll fight to have that one location for 30 years.
and we struggling. And then, like, once again, you have one health
Yep.
scare, or you have a mental health breakdown.
Yeah.
You lose everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
lose your car, your house, your marriage, your bank accounts.
Yeah.
You lose everything,
Yeah.
and you work that hard. I've seen that even happen, even with like people that own barbershops and beauty salons and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, they'll build it up, and then all of a sudden they had that mental breakdown. And then they end up working in somebody else's shop that
Exactly.
came
Yeah.
and
One-
you
one
be like,
time.
Dad, what happened with you? And it wasn't because they wasn't talented. It was because we had to focus so much on hustling. We never got a chance to sit down and create a system. And systems is what creates sustainability.
Yes.
Hustling creates mental health problems. I'll tell you that right. I ain't trying to hustle no more. I will out hustle whoever. I'm not trying to do that no more because I went down that route already, and I understand it. If you don't have a system on how you can upsell and downsell the people that actually are coming through your business, you are going to lose out, and you'll be looking back and live a life full of regret.
Yeah, it's definitely a difference between a hustler and an owner.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's the first book, Paper, Rock, Scissors. What's the second one?
The next one is called The Greatest Year Ever.
Okay.
The greatest year ever.
I love
Now,
that.
the greatest year ever is like my it's my so rock paper scissors was me getting there. The greatest year ever was about me losing it all, and it's exactly what I'm talking about now. And sometimes we think that the worst things that happen to us are the worst things, but they're actually the best if you learn the lessons from it. And I always tell people, like, when you get enough L's, I say, if you take too many L's, like, I love L's because L's become W's when you get creative and you take your scissors and your paper, you take 2 L's and like, oh, this is an L. No, I'm gonna get creative. I'm gonna make that into a W. A L is just a half of a win. So for me, if I lose, that's just I'm halfway there.
Halfway
If I get another L, hey, give me as many L's as you can possibly give me because I'm gonna create W's out of those L's. So for me, the greatest year ever was just about that. Going through COVID, I ended up losing everything that I had: my crib, my family, my marriage. I lost my self-esteem because I had built up everything around this brand that said success, success, success. And I had to have a moment where I was tested on the same message that I was preaching, you know? And so I went through hell. I lost my mind. And I had to go get some professional help too. So that was the greatest year ever for me. So this book is about me going to get professional help. I went to 41 sessions of therapy. Come on, somebody. Can I get a round of applause up in here? Black man doing therapy.
How long is the 41? Like over what time frame?
Over a year and a half.
Okay.
It's so crazy. I was so messed up. Like, I was so high up. Like, I'm running the city. I can go anywhere. Everybody, Koran, you know.
Yeah.
And it was like I was dying on the inside.
Yeah.
And when I went to therapy, I went to this therapist. And she was like, "You're not okay." I could tell by your body language. She said, "You can say what you want to say out your mouth, but 80% 80 to 85% of communication is body language. So
Yeah.
if somebody can be lying to you all they want to, they can say anything, but your body language, your eyes,
Yeah.
your non-verbal communication is what
shows
is the
it.
truth. You can't lie. Your body language cannot lie, right? And so she said, yeah, you're supposed to come every 2 weeks. Normally my clients come every 2 weeks, but you, sir, you're coming every week. You're in crisis mode. Yeah. I said, hey, I'm with that. I went every single week.
Let's talk him off the ledge.
Oh man, talk me off a few ledges.
Come on, people gosh.
Oh boy, for in real life, like I think it's so many people that's at the top that's suffering in silence.
Yeah.
And I know this to be true because I took the stairs. So you know, you can't really hide too much from me because I took the stairs. So like I could look at people's eyes and tell when they're going through something.
Right.
I could tell when they're going through something in their marriage. I was with somebody for 17 years. So if somebody, because if you just tell me what year you on, I can tell you what's going on in your marriage. I can tell you what's going on in your relationship. I can tell you what's going on with your kids. In that time frame, my kids was dealing with some things because me and their mom wasn't together anymore. And my son actually went to a party, and I was telling him earlier that day, I was like, bro, it's an energy on you, bro. Like you around different people, bro. Like you moving different. I pulled him to the side, like you moving different. I don't like it, man. I'm just feeling like the devil been trying to kill me since I was young. Like he. That's a whole other story. I'm gonna pull back off that. Long story short, he been trying to get at me, and so when he can't get at me, he'll get at the things I love the most, right?
Yeah.
So like for me, my son, this was when I was at my breaking moment. My son ended up going to a party, and I guess some people was beefing there before he even got there. So he was there, and he was a innocent bystander. He got grazed in his head by a gun, like by a bullet.
Wow.
And I was praying for him that day. He didn't know it. I just felt like I just had the war, and I was praying over my son. And he got grazed by a bullet, and it was crazy because that really hurt my self-esteem too. Because I'm a national youth motivational speaker, going saving everybody else's kids, and my own kids are suffering. So how did that make me feel? I felt horrible. Long story short, man, my son is an amazing young world changer. He's going through his own story, and I'm allowing him to go through that story. I love him. I've done better than what my dad gave me, so my son gonna take that torch, and he gonna be better than me. I know that for a fact. So
that's awesome.
So that's what the book is about. It's about having the greatest year ever, realizing that it's about a New Year's Eve theme, like January 1. You know, January 1, everybody feels like,
I'm about to change.
I'm about to.
This my year.
I'm about to get in the gym. And if you really think about what makes us, like, what makes January 1 good is, first of all, it's the excitement. It's a reset.
It's my birthday.
That's your birthday?
Nah, but on the 4th.
Yeah, okay, a couple days later. Technically.
Yeah.
Technically.
Right up there.
So it's great.
It's 72 hours.
But look, check this out though. Like, what's cool about it is that you really, this is crazy. Most people won't believe in this, but you really actually get selfish. That's what you being selfish, like unapologetically selfish about you and putting yourself first and loving yourself first. It's actually the magic that makes you be able to produce. And for people such as myself, and I know I can feel your energy, we tend to want to take everybody with us. We tend to want to like share, like, oh, come on, I want everybody to win. Until you win, you're gonna be lifting a lot of dead weight, right? And so
it's gonna hold you back.
January 1 or New Year or Greatest Year Ever is just about me going through my mental health stages, setting real boundaries, being assertive. I don't curse at nobody. I don't raise my voice. I don't do none of those things. I don't enter into toxic situations. No, I'm always smiling. I'm not going to be reactive. I know that I can, and if I do, because I do got my issues. I can reset any day, and then tomorrow is January 1. I can have January 1 out in the car. I could get into altercation right now and go out in the car, close my eyes, reset, and get selfish and say, Koran, any situations that you've been in was a lesson to learn, and what part did you play in it? So if you having a situation where you keep complaining about everybody playing you, well, the first time was them. The second time was you.
For me,
that was you.
Shame on you. For me,
no, that was you. You let them into your life. You kept messing with them. So even in relationships, like if you keep on messing with the wrong type of guys, eventually you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why do you keep picking those type of guys? No, that therapy was hard for me. It was beautiful. I remember, like, and I tell people, and a lot of black men I've influenced to get into therapy because I'm just bold on it. I'm like, yo, bro, like, you're not going to be able to connect with your woman unless you go to therapy. Your emotional side, no, you can't. Like, I know that you can't because, man, she started poking at the bear, and it started getting ugly under there. She was at my therapist. Like, I'm gonna tell you this story. This one I knew it was deep. This
Okay.
actually when I stopped though. I'm gonna tell you. I need to get back in there. She said, Karan, now you don't have to come to me every week anymore. You're stable now. Like now we need to. What do you want to talk about? Trauma, childhood trauma, or love and relationships? And why I say love and relationships. Man, the first conversation that we had on love and relationships, she said, okay, cool. I'm thinking she's gonna go like deep in something real deep. And she said, tell me about your first girlfriend. And I was like, first girlfriend? Who was that? I said, blah, blah, blah. She like, okay, cool. And why did you stop talking to her? And I was like, blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, cool. Who was your second girlfriend? So I'm like, that was blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, why did you stop talking to her? And I was like, blah, blah, blah. Who was your third girlfriend? And then she was like, I started to understand there was a pattern instantly.
What you getting dumped or you dumping?
Yeah.
Of course I'm doing the dumping.
Oh,
Come on now.
okay.
Come on now.
The
Dang.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Oh, y'all want to know my blah, blah, blah. No. You.
Yada, yada, yada.
No. I'm trying to be discreet, but.
That's fine, but it's clean as that. Who was doing the dumping? Was you getting dumped?
No.
Yada, yada, yada.
You know the thing about me. I'm being honest. I learned that I tend to try to upgrade. Like I try to.
You trying to build a person.
Well, I tend to get bored quickly. I got ADHD too, so I've learned about ADHD. A lot of entrepreneurs and creatives have ADHD.
For sure.
And people don't understand, like, a child that has ADHD becomes an adult that has ADHD. So you think ADHD is like some kid thing. Like, no, like people with
adult ADHD.
Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. There's no cure for it. So like if you have ADHD, you get bored quicker. Like, and that don't matter who you with. Like it's an issue, right? And so if I don't get with the right partner that can keep me interested,
say that, yeah.
You gotta and staff my weaknesses, like be support to the things that I cannot do. I can lose interest. And
of course,
yeah.
But
at least you know that.
What was the moral of the story though with the therapist, like with your patterns and you doing all this dumping? Girl, 1, 2, and 3,
dump.
It helped you discover ultimately what you require.
Yeah, what I required. She then told me that I need to go on. She told me I need to be a serial date.
Okay.
And I couldn't believe she was telling me this. Like, she's a brilliant woman. She saved my life. To be honest, I just love her so much. She said, Karan, what I strongly suggest is that you serial date. She said, don't have sex with him though. Like, don't do that. Like, that's not what I'm telling you. That the person you had been in a 17-year situation. So the old you is not the new you. So you need to go rediscover who you are now. You need to go love on yourself and like talk to these different women to see what you don't like. Like basically go open up all the doors and close it, and you're gonna find at the end of that journey, you're gonna find out what you really, really like. And so now when I'm dating and stuff like that, I go straight to, I'm not gonna waste your time. Like I'm not trying
like you're an experiment, baby. I'm
gonna tell you up front. I'm gonna tell you up front. This is what's going on.
Once you start dating and being around somebody for so long, you already know. Once, especially like I say all the time, when you love yourself and you know your expectations, you're gonna be like, no,
this ain't
I ain't gonna waste my time.
So hold on, let me ask y'all questions. Hold on, because y'all said I could ask y'all questions.
More than
all right.
too.
All right, so here we go. Y'all ready? You said you looking like, hold on now, don't put me on the spot. We being transparent.
I'm just laughing about how you smoke. You ready?
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so do either one of y'all have a type? Do you have a type?
To be real honest, I have a type that I'm more physically attracted to.
Okay.
But I don't think I've actually been with my type from a long-term standpoint. Like, I'm with who likes me, right? So I never sit here and be like, you don't look like this, you ain't da. No, but I know who can walk in and I instantly can do this. Like like I saw that.
Yeah.
But I never actually been with my type.
Really?
Because you like me, I like you. We work.
So the person that like you.
Pisces.
Oh, that's what's going on.
But no, I'm so much more detached. I'm so much more better and things like that. Like I said, I did my therapy too, and I know myself, and you know what I mean. I'm chilling. But no, I literally never ever had a chance to like really be with my type. So I don't have a pattern with dating the same type of dude. right?
Do you think that if you talked to or dated the guy that was your type, do you think it would be a good outcome or a bad outcome?
Whew. The way it make me feel instantly feels like a bad outcome because it feels like lack of, like, you know how they say women got two sets of boundaries, the set of boundaries for the men that they don't like and something different for the one they do. I don't think
That's true.
so. It will be a true testament to my growth, right? It will be a true testament to who I say I am today and who I want to be tomorrow. If the person that I ultimately am attracted to and we talk and all that.
So you like bad boys?
Yes. No, it's not a bad boy thing.
You don't think so?
It's not a bad boy thing. I'm attracted more so to your mindset than anything, right?
Okay.
So anyone can have like the intelligence, right? That's not attached to if you come from here or you don't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm attached more. I like that more, but it from a physical standpoint, physique wise, and that's what's different.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
even if I describe that, everybody in this room gonna be like, "But you was just."
Wait, what's
But that he wasn't. He
He
looked
wasn't-
like
He wasn't fitting the description.
and you probably can go through the dude before he ain't look like that. He look, that's more so.
So
from
it's
a
more
type.
your mindset. Like
I like you. I like you for your
see.
mind and your
Hey,
soul
hold on.
and all that extra
Hey,
stuff.
and I see how Reek keep trying to she's trying to push you so we can keep the attention off of her. Come on, let's go on here and talk. Do you have a
ain't got
type?
no type.
No, Reek got a type. She's saying,
it's the only thing that I like.
That's
No,
what
but
you don't know.
hey, Reek, I know you got a type. What is your type? Go ahead.
I actually don't have a
Yeah,
type.
come on.
I'm kind of like what Crystal say, like who treats me nice.
Yeah.
So like physically I may be like, oh shit, come here, like
Yeah.
that. But 9 times out of 10, I'm attracted to you intellectually. I'm a very smart person, and if you can't speak to that to me,
Stimulate.
like you
Alright,
can't stimulate
alright.
my mind.
All
like,
right, so
I don't wanna
what
talk
if he
to
was
you.
able to stimulate your mind,
Yeah.
but his pockets weren't too good? Would that be a is that a deal?
actually-
Yeah.
so
Take that
listen,
deep breath.
What's funny is that we actually have an active episode kind of surrounding it, kind of. My take was, I don't know exactly what your full question is. Number one,
Are you saying he a bum?
No, I'm saying he's not he just has just enough money to be able to take care of himself. And maybe take you on a trip maybe like one time a year. But he don't have too much money. But he has the intellect out of this world. He's
It's so
charming. He's nice. He has the outer appearance. He has everything else, but his pockets
Is
just
he-
kind
is
of
he a
like.
good-
Is he outgoing?
I'm gonna say a good partner.
Okay, so
like,
listen.
it was this
He's
nuances to it.
completely perfect except for his downfall is money.
No, I feel like that can
go
be.
ahead.
Let's be 1,000 now.
Let's be 1,000.
Just be 1,000.
I got a great.
If he work at McDonald's, no. If he's outgoing, open-minded, and he has potential, then yes.
Okay.
Because as a woman, that's our job. It's our job to come into a partnership and help each other.
Yeah.
So if I'm in a space where I'm better financially than him, but I see that he has this outgoing personality, he's like, yeah, baby, we can do this. We can work together. He's a great partner. He's good at every aspect besides his pockets, but he's still willing to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something you can work
That's a
with.
good answer. That was a good answer. All right.
I'm a little bit with that. My only rebuttal to it is how secure really is he? Because a lot of men do a lot of pretending, right? They even if they real about their lifestyle, whether it's lavish or not, they do a lot of pretending. And men typically like to look at women for validation.
Yeah.
So as long as you happy, like you good, like you ain't no bum or nothing like that, you just not the richest dude, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
But if you are unhappy in any way financially, and I don't know if you looking at me as a meal
As a
ticket,
token.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if you think you about to come over here and
get
my money, your money, I don't know what you thinking.
Prenup.
Yeah, as long as you are sustained, you happy, you good, that goes along into your mindset. Because honestly, when
And
you
secure
talking
to that
when
as
you
well.
talking to men, it ain't. Some men do have good conversations, but you can still sense the insecurity.
So you
in
still
them,
want him to
know?
be intellect, like, hey, I don't have it now, but here's where I'm heading, and give
For
you more of a
sure.
plan. And then you would okay.
One thing about life, if
You
a
got
man don't got a plan for himself,
man,
he
listen.
don't have no plan for you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
why would I get in a space where you don't even you
can't
ain't got to
even
figure it out?
come
in your own
Yeah.
space? Yeah, that don't make sense.
Well, I just had to ask y'all a quick
can't
question.
What I learned too, a man that can't communicate can't lead.
That
So you need to be real with yourself and where you going before you come up. Because I'm a woman with a plan.
That is true.
Yeah.
right?
That is true.
I'm on mine, and
You know, I got
don't know
docked
what it
for.
is that
I was dating this young lady. You know, I got docked. I got because I I know that you, and like any like, so from a business point of view, if you want your business to really flourish,
Yeah.
you should have team meetings as much. If you can do it daily, do it daily.
Yeah.
Your team need to continuously keep hearing the vision over and over and over and over and over again to the point where they're indoctrinated, right? So if you take that principle and you use it when it comes to your family, because you never want your woman to be lost.
Right.
Whenever a woman is lost and she's, hey boy, you.
If you ain't trying to help solve this problem,
You be like, babe, why you
don't
keep
be
looking
mad.
out the window?
Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
looking out the
Confidence.
window, baby?
Hey, listen. Confidence to get your girl took.
Yeah.
Another man confidence, and he
Yeah.
got a plan. So I knew that. Hey, constantly keep casting vision as much as you can as possible, right? And
Insurance.
that was taken as the young lady told me that was taken as, oh, you just talking, you just a talker. Like I'm like, yo, this is very immature. Why? Because I'm not just a talker. Everything that I've ever said I was gonna do, I've
Put
done.
emotion.
I'm putting it into the atmosphere so you don't ever have to second guess. I tell you the dates, I tell you the time, where I'm at, financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, emotionally.
You're communicating these things.
I'm over communicating
Yeah.
so that you're never lost.
Yeah,
Because once you
exactly.
start getting lost, it's almost like Adam and Eve in the garden. It's like,
So-
did God really say that you couldn't do this? And you be like,
But I only
is
wanted
this
to
really
look
my
out.
husband? Like I'm telling you, like y'all know I'm telling the truth. Where there comes a point in time where you ask yourself, especially if you've been with somebody for a long period of time, and you be like, "Dag, is this the person that I'm really supposed to be with?"
Yeah.
But the only thing that's going to help you be able to overcome that is if he keep looking you in the face and say, "Hey, baby, hey, listen."
Yeah.
You see how I just
I
did
need
that?
them words of
Hey, listen, I'm just
affirmation.
trying to kick some game
I
right
need
now.
them words of
You
affirmation.
gotta look her in the face and say, "Hey, babe, hey, listen, I know things ain't where they supposed to
That's
be."
eyelashes.
Like, right. Look at her. She over here practicing. You gotta be like, hey, baby, I know that things ain't where they supposed to be. I know that I'm even off right now, but I want to cast this vision to you to let you know that everything gonna be okay, and I appreciate you for sticking behind me. And we go.
I'm sorry.
Like, you hear me?
You gotta.
Think of how much money you need.
Yeah. So casting vision is a very
Yes.
powerful thing.
It
But
really
when you casting vision and you want to be a leader and the person don't want to allow you to lead, you gotta let that thing go. And so for me,
For sure.
right now where I'm at, just with the books and everything, I want to just bring leadership back into our families because we have not been taught how to properly be an effective communication,
Yeah.
especially as men, how to walk back into our masculinity. True masculinity don't have to raise his voice. I'm not arguing. I'm not
I've been
yelling. I'm not
saying that
doing none
for
of
so
that.
long.
I'm not about to react to your situation. I'm going to
Yeah.
sit there and be calm and be patient with you and cast vision with you. And if that's considered as you're just a talker, like, well, then I am.
Some was mixed with that. I will say this: number one, expertise definitely heightens your intuition, and so
Yes.
you can kind of foresee what will happen if you don't make certain moves or say certain things.
Yeah.
So that's dope that you are aware of that. Before we end this episode, can you share? I want to say this. Share your favorite quote, favorite
yes.
word, or favorite advice or quote. And then when you're done, I don't know if she has another question. We're going to ask you to share where everyone can find you at and tap into.
Yeah, there was a man that told me something really dope about just being a man. He said, "Do what you say you're gonna do, when you say you're gonna do it, and when you can't do it, just communicate that."
That's
That
it. That's
part.
all.
Don't be.
That's it. You
That's
as a
the
man,
end of it.
You know.
as a business person, you got to stand on your words. And
It's simple.
sometimes your words that you say will not happen. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you're a visionary, you tell people what's gonna happen, and then But as long as you say what you like, stand on business. Say what you say. Let your yes be your yes and your no be your no's. And then if it can't happen, just communicate it. Most people will be okay. It's when
Most
you
people
don't
are
communicate.
okay.
It's when you don't accept accountability. It's when you run from the problems that it just turns into other things. So that would be my greatest advice for any leader and any person that is looking to step up their boldness and change their business and their family dynamic.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
So I do have one question. That'll probably be a little easy, short question.
Okay.
But what would you say to men who allow their ego and their pride to get in the way of decision making?
Who make decisions out of ego?
Yeah. Pride comes before a fall. And when you prideful, you cannot. You think it's all about you, but really, to be honest, what's your sign?
I'm Capricorn.
Capricorn. You.
Pisces.
Here's okay. I'm gonna tell you something dope. I'm gonna tell you something real dope. If you ever want to, like, as a black man, if you ever want to go far, you gotta. The first person that I would pick on my team is a black woman. And I'm not doing no sucker talking either. Like, you know, there's a lot of men out here that be doing these little sucker talks, like where they try to like say little stuff to get the audience to like fall in love. No, I'm telling you that a black woman's intuition is very powerful. And so for me is that if you don't allow that woman's intuition, like our intuition is much higher than ours. If you don't allow and you make it all about you and you don't allow her to bring her talents and gifts to the table, you'll go up, but you don't have a great foundation, you will fall down. And the bigger you go up, the harder you're going to fall. Because I'm telling you, like, behind every strong black man is a strong black woman, and that's true. And I've seen it in my personal life. I'm not talking about, like, no just sucker talking. I'm saying that I know when I was with somebody where I was at, and I know when I wasn't with that person where I was at. But then I had to go back and look at my foundation, which was mental health. And I had to understand that I had ADHD. I got diagnosed with ADHD, and what does that mean? I had to go back in and look and see what does the PTSD from me losing my brother. And I also have, like, generalized anxiety disorder, which is basically it's anxiety on steroids, meaning that when something happens, my thoughts have a thought, they have a thought, they have a thought, that it turns into a movie. So, like, say for instance, I got in with you, and you or the business I'm doing business with, and I got into it with you, but I know y'all best friends. I would be like, go home, I got into it with you, and I'd be like, dang, man, I can't believe that I got into it with Crystal, because Crystal gonna tell Ree, and then Ree gonna tell other friends, and they know everybody, and then I'm gonna lose my job, and I'm gonna lose my house, I'm gonna lose my car, and I ain't gonna be able to get back up, and I'm about to go back to work. Oh my God, I'm just off that stuff. So that's generalized anxiety disorder, which means that my thoughts keep turning into an entire movie about something that's never gonna happen, right?
There's no end to it.
Yeah, there's no end to it. And so I had to go back in and just really just humble myself and realize that the best thing that ever happened to me is the woman, or in other cases, the mate that you choose to pick.
That's
and
awesome.
So for me, I would definitely say that if you're a man, you can level up in way greater ways with a woman than you can if you was doing it by yourself. I mean, look at Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z ain't Jay-Z without Beyonce. I don't care what nobody say. Like, he would have never become that man. And so I just would encourage that. And I'm not saying that I know we got a lot of battle of the sexes wars going on and stuff like that. I'm over that. Like, I know we understand. Yeah. Now what do we do with that information right now? And I just tell people, this is the last thing I would say on this, is that there's a bigger war that's going on out here right now, especially when you look at the housing market and all that. Like, the inflation has gone up so much in the world that we won't even be able to get good homes without 2 household incomes. So when you applying for a loan for a home, they're gonna do household income. Well, if it's just your 100,000, you can only qualify for a certain type of home. And then if you make 100,000, I make 100,000, we qualify for a total different type of home that's in a total different neighborhood that might have total different profitability and equity in it. And so I'm just like, where I'm at right now, it's like, yeah, I know we've had the battle of the sexes, but I'm not a person that watches the culture. I'm a person that changes it and influences. And so now I would like to be able to usher into a new movement where we begin to say, hey, listen, we all put our differences to the side. We already know that what's happening. Let's put our differences to the side for the sake of our children and the well-being of our community. Black people have always transcended culture ever since existence, right? And if we keep on arguing and talking about little things that divide us, a house that's divided cannot stand. And so I'm just in this place right now where I'm saying, hey, I've made mistakes. You've made mistakes. How can we take those 2 L's and make them into W's and make them into a win for the culture? And so I believe that's the next thing. Yeah, I believe that's the next thing that's going to get ready to happen for us.
Yeah.
Can you share your details on where everyone can tap into?
Yeah, Koran Bolden. So my name's pretty unique. I used to hate my name when I was younger, but now it's like I like it because, you know, got the bold in there, Bolden. Yeah. But it's Koran Bolden. It's KORAN BOLDEN on all social media platforms. You can Google me. You can. I'm available. I respond back to all my messages and everything as much as I can, and I'm just thankful to be here.
No problem.
Well, we thank you for joining us. You've been so dope. We ain't never this quiet.
Y'all ain't never this quiet. Y'all wasn't quiet today. I was talking about y'all got tights and y'all don't got tights.
We be talking, but we were so because it's been such an honor to have you on. We hope to have you again, and definitely look forward to continue to partner up with you, collaborate with you.
Anything I could do, I would love to partner up and collaborate.
Thank y'all for listening to the High Heels and Tea podcast.